Hello, hello! Recently, I participated in the 2023 GMTK Game Jam with a few friends, and decided to make a video on how it went. If you don't know what a game jam is, you attempt to create a video game within a short period of time, 48 hours in this case, and you're usually given a theme to work with and interpret however you like. So, what's this cool game that we made? For starters, it's titled I'm a monster saving the princess I captured while trying not to let my boss dragon notice because they are unpleasant. And if you're wondering who is to blame for this isekai anime length name, that would be me, the only person dumb enough to commit to a name like that. The jam's theme was role reversal, and it's not just a term you sometimes use in the bedroom. It could be something thematic like pyromaniacs becoming firefighters, or something mechanically in the game such as speedrunning to a game over. There is lots you can explore. Now, thinking about how the theme can be twisted before the actual game idea is at least how I would approach this. In our little group, that did not happen because, you know, we're all super excited, pumped up, the theme had just been announced, and we just went to town with game ideas and jotted down anything we could. And I do mean anything. Still great ideas, mind you, but
many other things.
I mean,
Yeah.
bloody hell, terrorist farmer sim.
I mean, you want to be the best farmer in town, so that kind of. We're gonna get a peach game next year.
Oh, I just thought of something I think would be fun thematically.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking about it when you mentioned the princess. What if we did have a princess rescuing the hero type thing? What if the gameplay is you're controlling kind of the agents that would normally stop the hero? What if the monsters were like, you know what, we like this princess that's rescuing this hero. What if we just let her through? And turn that into
Wait,
a puzzle
hold
game.
on, he's cooking.
And then turn that into a puzzle game, right?
That I like the twist that Henry added on top of that too, like the whole thing, but then also your boss doesn't know. Like exactly what Frank said.
Knowledge of your like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
I like that.
Like the same theme. But
Hold
yeah,
on,
how he doesn't know.
we're cooking. We're cooking.
I think that's a very promising idea right there. With the brainstorming done, we picked out some of our favorite ideas by bolding the respective text on our lovely document.
Let me just go ahead and there you go. Yeah.
Terrorist farmer sim.
Why are you bolding that?
No worries, don't worry about it.
At this point, we're going to be put on the no-fly list. And after we were all banned from future air travel and some amount of discussion, the group settled on the fantasy monster saving the princess idea. Now that we know what we're doing, we got to planning, and I can finally explain what this game actually is. It's a grid-based puzzle game where you control monsters, the kind of ones you find in a generic fantasy setting, breaking out the caged princess and escaping, all without the dragon getting too suspicious. Move the monsters, free the princess, and get the princess to the trapdoor to win. Add a few obstacles to add some complexity like boxes and locked doors, enemies, and you have yourself a puzzle game. We also had a little twist, or I guess a gimmick of sorts. It's this toggleable button that switches between day and night state, and changes the basic function of your monsters. You have this bear that can break boxes during the day, but push boxes during the night. There's also a slime that moves around during the day, but at night is invincible and unable to move. In that nighttime state, the slime can also be pushed around by the bear as if it was a box. The reason why this day-night switching exists is because I felt like we needed something gameplay related to fit the role reversal theme better, cause at the moment, all we had in relation to the theme was the monster saving the princess instead of a typical hero character idea. All thematic, not much role reversal within the game itself. And this wouldn't be a puzzle game without, well, puzzles. And I drew them out IRL because if you've ever tried drawing freehand with a mouse on MS Paint, it's real painful. Either that or I have a bit of a skill issue. And now, enjoy this clip during the game making process and my horrible morning voice. You feeding it drugs? Oh, never mind, those are eyes. Yeah, I saw the bone and the pills the eyes I thought were pills for some reason.
Oh, and the mouth.
Yeah, I've got the butt mouth.
What Pokemon has this again?
What, the ass mouth?
Yeah. Didn't a Pokemon have it?
I think so, probably. There's over 1,000 of them.
What was its name called?
Oh, wait. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, which one was it again?
I think it's Smoochum. No, it's not Smoochum, it was a different one.
Yeah.
There was definitely one that had it. Am I about to look through the Pokedex for this?
I think it was like Hoenn or something.
Alright, I'll start by looking there then. Oh, I swear there was one. It can't be Love Disc. No, it's not.
No.
Oh, it's gonna be the next hour.
Oh my god.
We're gonna find this smooching Pokemon if it's the death of me. Oh, this is gonna bother me to no end. Do you know roughly what type it is? That'll probably narrow
I
it
think it's
down.
like poison type or something.
Poison, alright.
What is it?
A Swalot.
Swallow out these nuts.
Got him!
I see. Also Gulpin.
Gulpin these nuts.
I see we're mature human beings here. Did you really make me look through the Pokedex for these nuts joke?
Yes.
Are you proud of yourself? Now that you're all questioning my affinity for jokes, let's talk about some flaws that I'm a Monster Saving the Princess I captured while trying not to let my boss dragon notice because they are unpleasant has. Because obviously, it's not perfect by a mile. Some of these issues I only really reflected on after submitting the game to the jam. Issue 1, the incompleteness of the game. Though this is to be expected when doing a game jam because of the limited time, I think it's important to point out in this case, because due to the time constraints, we had to cut out a few things that really messed with the cohesiveness and togetherness of the game. One of those things is the slime's intended function. The slime was also supposed to leave a trail that raises the suspicion meter if the princess walks over it. An issue with having this day-night mechanic is that there should probably be more than just the bear that it affects to solidify the idea that this day-night button is important enough to warrant implementing, and also significant enough as a central mechanic. But we landed in this awkward middle area in that the slime is kind of there. As a consequence, most of the puzzles that had the slime was cut as well, which is a shame, but that's what happens when you try to add too much. Issue 2. The many moving parts to implement. Adding on to that too much stuff part, there were a lot of moving parts to implement. There's the actual moving and interacting, the swapping between controllable characters, the dragon suspicion meter where you lose if the bar is filled, the hero enemy character that moves after you make a move, a lot of other things. It's quite a bit, and with only 48 hours to create all of it, I've been told many times that there was stuff that just won't be implemented in time, or random stuff that is added that messes with the gameplay and have to readjust the game's design to accommodate. Have that happen one too many times, and you get yourself a game with many fragmented elements that might not be as cohesive as you think. Basically, keep your game design simple if you participate in a game jam. Issue 3, the controls. Not quite the controls themselves, but the fact that I actually forgot to teach the basic movement controls to the player, which is a bit silly considering we had all the other ones just sitting there on the screen there. So some players didn't even make it past minute 1 because the game didn't say use the WASD keys or a clear idea of what to do or where to go. That's a whoops on my part. Issue 4, the rising suspicion meter indicator, or the lack thereof. This one was from a couple comments on our game, and I thought it was a great shout because, yeah, it's a little inconsistent. How it was set up is that certain things you did in the game would make the suspicion meter go up, like breaking a box or switching between the day and night state. But none of this was really communicated, yet alone communicated clearly. It didn't help that I was notified towards a deadline that breaking the princess out of her cage added a couple points to the meter, causing me to go back and making sure the levels could still be completed. I'm pretty sure there's still a level that can't be completed. I've got no idea which one that is, but my saltiness aside, having indications of which actions raised the dragon's suspicion meter would have definitely helped with telling the player which actions had consequences. So yeah, I just wanted to have a chat about the experience of this game jam from my own perspective, a person who hasn't really designed any sort of game, because as scuffed as this game is, I think there's a lot to be proud of and most definitely stuff we could improve on. By we, I mean 3 genuine programmers, an actual artist, and a Sharky, the greatest source of moral support to exist. Also the main game designer, that too, pretty important. But clearly not as vital as being the best cheerleader ever. Regardless, as much as I like to poke fun at myself, I think it's nice to just try things even when you know you're bad at it and half expect it to go nowhere. All part of getting better. I mean, I think we did a pretty good job all in all out of the thousands of game submissions, but honestly I felt like a liability throughout the whole process. I don't really know, but if you want to try the game and judge me yourself, there's a link to the itch.io page in the description. And yeah, cheers everyone! Hope you have a good rest of your day. I'm off to walk myself into another These Nuts joke.